Hello, everybody. I had a request to do this video clip since we now have another type of gain for MSGs. And remember, Jobs for TN is not tracking this yet. So I have no way of tracking this unless you put it on the dashboard. So the video question was, would it be possible for you to do a short video on how to do the entry onto the dashboard now with the gains for HiSET and TABE sections? So I've opened up a dashboard, and that's what you see here. Remember, row 2 is showing me the Sundays in this calendar year or academic year. So let me put in some students. We used Dale Earnhardt the last time. And remember, I had asked you to type those in last name, first name with no space. That is so I can copy and paste them into jobs if I need to. We'll use Bugs Bunny, Daffy Duck, and we'll put Wonder Woman in here. So I have 4 students. I need to put in their NRS levels. Okay. And that actually could not be, or Wonder Woman would be a graduate, so let's make her a 3. So I'm going to zoom in here so you can see. And we are currently in the week of September. Today's September the 16th. So I'm in this column, the week of September 15th. Sunday, September 15th was yesterday. So let's suppose that we have some attendance here. This is what your dashboard should look like. We want no gaps if possible. So these are attendance hours. And I would expect this to have this pattern right here, because as new students are coming in, your pattern should follow. This is a good pattern to have. So Dale Earnhardt has been here for a total of 16 hours. Bugs has been here for 9, Daffy for 8, and Wonder Woman got 12 hours last week. So let's suppose that I post-tested them at the end of last week, or maybe I post-tested them this morning, Monday morning. And Dale finished up his HiSET. Maybe he passed the reading on TABE. He got a diploma. So we're going to say that Dale finished his HiSET. Bugs maybe got a level gain. Maybe he moved from level 2 to level 3. So I would put an EFL in here, and then I would come over here and adjust his level to level 3 now. Maybe Daffy completed an IET, so he got a WDI credential, and put that in there. I would be a little bit worried about Daffy and Bugs because, well, Daffy doesn't have 12 hours, nor does Bugs. So I would want to see some hours, but maybe Bugs was here last year. I don't know. There could be a scenario, I guess. But watch those hours as well. Okay, let's suppose that Wonder Woman passed social studies on the HiSET, the real test, not the practice test. So we're going to call that a subtest gain. And eventually I'm going to make a color for this. I just haven't had time to do that because I have to go through all of your dashboards and make that change, but that's coming. But for right now, let's just put SG for a subtest gain. Remember that, don't know why that's green. It shouldn't be. I'm not sure why that's turning green. WDI is Workforce Development Initiative. Those are IETs. Initiative is not spelled correctly. initiate. No, I guess it is. Okay. EFL is educational functioning gain. That one's going to be a TABE gain or CASAS. And then, of course, HSE is high school equivalent. So when I'm doing these for your dashboard, your report card, it helps me to see the subtest gains because jobs will not give me those yet. For the federal government, you can only count one gain, and it will be the most recent. So let's suppose we have another student named Donald Duck. And maybe Donald got an EFL out here. He did 12 hours. He took the social studies test and passed it. That is a subtest gain. He did an IET credential. And then he did his diploma. So you see all of those gains out through there for Donald Duck. The feds will only count the most recent. So they're going to count this column, the HSE. For your report cards, I am counting all of those because all of those are value added to the program. So I have no way of knowing when a student has a subtest gain unless you tell me. So for right now, let's just plug in SG for subtest gain. You could have a situation like this where the week of August 4th, Donald passed social studies on the official exam. He passed science the next week. He passed TABE reading the next week, TABE math the next week, TABE language the next week. And so he has a diploma. And I lost his WDI in there. So you can see how these gains really start to add up for you. Now, one question that I get a lot is, what about the number that should sit in that cell? For example, for Donald Duck in cell M7, there's not a number of hours there. That is okay. I am just interested in the gain at this point. Now, if the student is new and just starting out, we're interested in those hours accumulating. But as they get gains, just put those in the cell. I even had a question about this situation. Let's suppose that the week of August the 4th, Donald passed science and social studies on the official exam. So that's 2 subtest gains in the same week. So you would put SG and 2. And then I will know that he got 2 gains on subtest in that week. So when I look at this, I'm seeing a total of 4. The WDI, the EFL, and then the 2 subtest gains right there in this column. If you have any questions on this, please don't hesitate to reach out. I know it's a lot. It's very confusing, but this is the only way I have right now to track those multiple gains. The state is supposed to be fixing Jobs for TN so that they will track for us. But as of right now, the only way I have to know this is if you tell me. So that's another reason to make sure your dashboard is up to date. Before I go, though, there is a problem on this dashboard, and I'm hoping that you've noticed it. I left it on purpose because I want to show you this is one thing that's costing points on the report cards. The dashboards are not up to date for one reason. So look down column B for me and tell me what's missing. Donald Duck. When he came in as a level 2, I should have entered that NRS. In week July 21, he got a gain, so that would go up to a 3 or to whatever gain he received. But please make sure this column is filled in. There's a reason for that. that I won't even dive into it because you don't want to know all the details. I need to know those levels. So please put those in there. I don't have time to look them up. So I am looking at those on the dashboards. All right. If you have questions, let me know. If this is confusing, I'll be happy to talk through it with you. And I hope you have a really good day.